Right, hello everyone, this is Miss Time Bunny, and today I am filming the gender tag. Now this was a tag video I think I came across, mooching around on the interwebs for ideas a little while ago now, I think back last year. But just didn't get a chance to sit down and film it until now, so here I am, finally filming it. And right, before I start the video, it's a case of if you're not, please like, share, subscribe, give me some support here. You can dislike me, leave hate comments if you like, I don't give monkeys, but it's a case of all your support's much appreciated. But anyway, we'll get on with the video now. As I said, this is about the gender tag, and there are 10 questions altogether. So anyway, I will try and link the questions down below if I remember. And it would be great if some of you guys could join in as well. It'd be interesting to hear some of your views as well. Right, so first question is how do you self-identify your gender, and what does that definition mean to you? I personally do see myself as female. So, it's a case of yes, I was born female and I do identify as that. It's a case of even though I don't it's going to sound like a weird, even though I don't feel girly female, it's more of a case of I know and accept that I'm female, if that makes sense. Some people might say, maybe, you're a little bit non-binary. I could be, but it's more, I do obviously identify as female. What does the definition mean to you? That I have boobs, It basically means, yes, I happen to be biologically female, I have boobs, I can have babies, but I just choose not to. So, it's I'm just me, really, to be honest. Right, number 2 is, what pronouns honour you do you use? Well, yeah, the obvious she, her, etc. But at the same time, if someone wants to call me dude, fella, or say, oh, alright guys, things like that, I'm not bothered, I'm quite happy in that. I don't mind if people refer to me as male, female, or kind of gender neutral terms, So if someone comes up to me and says, oh, alright dude, or something like that, because some of people who know me quite well sometimes might say, oh, alright dude, alright buddy, how you doing, kind of thing, personally that doesn't bother me, because it's if I know you and you refer to me as by a pronoun that's a bit more male, I don't mind, it's a case of, So I'm more of a, yes, female pronouns, but if someone goes to me, alright guys, including me in a group of people, I'm not bothered, I don't get too upset about it, to be honest, That's just me personally, so. Right, number 3. Describe the style of clothing that you wear the most. Yeah, yes, I think I do a lot of the time. I'm quite I call myself kind of casual alternative, and I will wear t-shirt, jeans. I seem to be going through a phase of wearing beanie hats at the moment, just to more to cover my hair. So I'm more casual alternative, I'd say. Well, casual alternative, casual goth, whatever you kind of want to label me under. That's kind of how I dress personally. So. Mainly because it's just more comfortable. So, right, number 4. Talk about your choices with body hair. Do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? Do you choose to shave or not, as it were? Me personally, it's well, obviously I don't have facial hair because biologically being female, I generally not to have it. My hair, I tend to as I've gotten older, I tend to go for more short hairstyles now, just because it's I am a lazy bugger and I cannot be bothered to mess around with loads of hair. I admit that, I am just such a lazy fuck. But in regards to body hair, it's yes, I do personally shave, but I only do my armpits and my legs when I do it. I don't do it all the time. I tend to only do it if I know I'm going to be having, say, a photo shoot, or if I'm going out and there's a chance my legs are going to be on show, or my arms, if I'm wearing a strappy top. But that's about the only time. Anything else, down in my lady garden, as it were, I just don't bother, because I just think, if a hairy muff bothers you, then just don't look at it. It's pretty much, but that's just me personally. I know there's like a lot of people who do the whole, no, I don't shave it off, because, you know, that's cool. You know, if you want to have body hair or not, then I just say each to their own, you know, just do whatever the bloody hell you like. Sort of like, what you do with your body hair, don't give me headaches, so I just don't care. You do whatever, personally. Right, number 5, talk about cosmetics. Do you wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What types of soaps or perfumes do you use, if any? Well, I think washing wise, I do sort of like, when it comes to obviously personal hygiene, like showers and washing, that kind of thing, I just like, I'm one of these people that I'm not bothered whether I use like a shower gel that's like aimed at men or women. Because it's like, yes, I might use the predominantly girly stuff, you know, like Impulse stuff, you know, those kind of brands. But I will use Lynx as well, because I think Lynx Africa smells bloody lovely. And, you know, some of the new ones they've brought out, like sort of, I think there's like Lynx Dark and Lynx Chocolate and some of the new ones. They all actually smell really nice, you know. And then there's like obviously the Dove, like the Dove for men and Nivea for men and things like that, you know. So, I mean, as I said, I'm not fussed. I tend to just go with whatever smell I happen to like. You know, I don't care if it's like a bloke's one or a women's one. You know, I just do I'll be one that person going on, opening the lips, having a sniff, going, ooh, that one smells nice, kind of thing. You know, I'll buy that one, you know. That's pretty much just how I decide. I'll go along picking a few up and just sort of have a little sniff on the, like, undo the lid, have a sniff, and if I happen to like the smell of that particular, like, bubble bath or shampoo or body wash, whatever, then I'll buy it. You know, I don't care if it's meant to be like for blokes or not. You know, I'm just more of a, nah, I'm only going to wash myself with it, you know, so don't give a shit, you know. In regards to sort of makeup and painting my nails, it's like, yeah, I mean, I do occasionally. Again, if it's a case of if I'm going out or if I'm doing a cosplay that requires a certain like sort of makeup, then, you know, I will wear some. And sometimes I will just wear makeup just for funsies, you know, because some days I might feel a bit, you know what, I feel like wearing a bit of nail varnish, you know. I get that kind of like mood on where I think, you know, sod it, I'm going to paint my nails because I just feel like it, or I feel like painting my toes, or putting a bit of lip gloss on and mascara or something, you know. Sometimes I feel like, yeah, I will, you know. I've just got one of them moods on, I feel like it. But generally, I just don't wear makeup all the time. And, you know, in case you can probably see from my ugly mug, there you go. I don't wear makeup, you know, generally speaking. It's more of just now and again if I kind of need to for like either photo shoots, going out, cosplay, that kind of thing. So, right, number 6. Have you ever experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? I think I've had maybe like the odd instance here and there, you know, because I think where I'm sort of like, cause of like, you know, in case you can tell, you know, I haven't got like the biggest boobies, and sometimes when I wear certain things, I probably do look kind of like, you know, whether I might look androgynous or a bit male, you know. I think there has been maybe like sort of like only sort of like a very small handful of occasions it's probably happened, but. Yeah, I think it's only ever happened something stupid like about once or twice or something ridiculous like that. But I think it was like, to be honest, it was more. I think the first time it happened, it did bother me a little bit because I was a lot younger. But now I'm just like, in some ways, I act like a freaking bloke anyway. So yeah, it doesn't bother me so much now. I always kind of joke with my fiance that I am like the sort of man out of the relationship, and she's more the girly one, sort of thing. Yeah, it's because I have the short hair and I sort of wear sort of like, you know, combats and jeans and stuff like that, and work in a freaking like hardware store selling tools to tradesmen, you know, sort of like, you know, whereas she tends to be more dressy up and do makeup and hair. She's more like a girly girl, whereas I'm a bit more just like, I couldn't give a fuck girl, you know. It's pretty much, I'm just up there. As long as I wash and I dress myself, you know, what else do I need to do? You know, it's all you need, it's fine. As long as I'm not walking down the street all smelly and nudie, it's fine, you know. It's kind of just how I feel, you know. But as you can tell, I'm quite relaxed about all this kind of thing. I'm just like, nah, whatever, you know. Do what you like. Don't give a shit. Right. Question number 7. Do you experience dysphoria? How often does it affect you? Right, now, gender dysphoria, in case you are unsure of the term, I did make a little note of this. basically means experience distress because there is a mismatch between your biological sex and your gender identity. So with that sort of like definition, in a word, no. You know, personally, it's a case of like I know and accept that I'm female, but I don't sort of like conform to the female sort of like society gender norms, but I don't care sort of thing. It's like the whole thing just doesn't bother me. I do my own thing. It's like, yes, for like obviously officially, oh excuse me, losing my brush right there. Like officially, obviously I mark on paperwork that I'm female and that, because obviously that's how I personally identify, but generally I'm just very relaxed. I'm just like, nah, yeah. So, okay, so like it's all good, you know. I'm just, it's not something that, as you probably can tell from this video so far, it's not something that's like too much of a big deal to me, you know. Right, question number 8. Talk about children. They're annoying. No, no, seriously. Right. Are you interested in having children? Would you want to carry a child if that was an option for you? Do you want to be the primary caretaker to any children you may have? I think it's got to that stage now where it's like, I'm personally nearly 37. It's like, I've got to that stage in life where it's like, had things worked out that way, I wouldn't have minded having children, but it was more of a case of I never met anyone or was in that kind of financial stable situation where I'd want to. But with me and Jet, you know, she's got little sort of like fox cub. So it's more of a case of, you know what, I'm quite happy just to have him as Sprog, and I've got me dogs and me cats who are like my little sort of substitute babies, you know. So it's more of a, you know, it's a case of it probably would have been nice, but, you know, at the same time things never went that way and I'm not sure they ever will. And like, would have been nice, but, you know, it's a case of, hey, such as it is. If I had the option, you know, would I have carried a child if the option had been there? I think it would have been interesting probably for the experience of having, like, bearing a child, just to see what it was like. Because everyone always tells me all these things and I'm like, I can't relate because I've obviously not had it happen to me. So probably from that point of view, it would have been like an interesting experience to see what it feels like, if that makes sense. And do you want to be the primary caretaker to any children if I'd had them? I think because I'm more, you know, a go out to work kind of person, I'm not sure if I would have wanted to be the primary carer. I mean, some people might say, oh, that's selfish, you know, you're a mother, you should, da da da. But I think it's just because I've always had a job since I was 16, you know. I've either had a job or been at college or done both. I've always kind of had that sort of kind of worky head, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure I could be the stay-at-home mum permanently, because I think, don't get me wrong, I would probably love my kids to bits, but I think it would do my head in at the same time, like not going out to work. I mean, yes, having like the shared responsibility. Say, for example, if I work through the week, say for example, if I worked Monday to Friday and had weekends off, you know, I would probably like either be primary carer or do shared sort of co-parenting at the weekends and in the evenings kind of thing. So like on the evenings and weekends, if my partner wanted to go and have like a break, or if they wanted to get themselves a little part-time job, you know, I would sort of be the parent then, if that makes sense, you know, just so that they could have a little bit of a break and then go and do what they need to do, whether it be like a hobby, a job, or even just go and have a bath without having the kids going, Mum, Mum, Dad, Dad, like sort of like bothering them every 5 minutes, you know, sort of thing. So I think I'd be more like interested in doing co-parenting rather than being like the sort of primary carer. I know that probably sounds a bit mean, but it's just that I think it's just because I've always had that kind of like work ethic. I'd rather sort of be the breadwinner, you know. It's just, I don't know, it's just me personally. I think that's just how I've always kind of been. So, I mean, not knocking anyone who is a stay-at-home mum, dad, grandparent, guardian, or anything like that, or even if they're a working parent, grandparent, guardian. I mean, you do probably a fucking brilliant job, so, you know, don't think that my answer is like having a go at you in any sort of way. It's just, that's kind of how I am personally. I'm sort of more used to sort of being like going out to work or studying, things like that. It's just, I just have that kind of mindset, I think, you know. So, hey, such as it is. But fair play to people who are like sort of like stay-at-home parents, though. Right, number 9. Talk about money. Is it important to you to provide for a family financially if you chose to have one? Is it important to you that you earn more than any partner you may have? Do you prefer to pay for things like dates? Are you uncomfortable when others pay for you or offer to pay for you? Again, I think relating back into like the previous question, I probably would be more, you know, I would probably prefer being kind of like the breadwinner of the family. Or, you know, sort of like, or trying to work things around with my partner where if they wanted to have like a job themselves, trying to sort of juggle it so we shared financial responsibility. How much both of us earn, that's not important. I think it's more of a, as long as we were both earning enough to sort of like look after the kids, pay for the house, pay the bills, get food, you know, things like that. You know, to me that's more important. As long as we've got enough to sort of get on and be able to sort of like feed ourselves, pay bills, make sure the kids are alright. I mean, whether or not I was earning more, if my partner was earning more, I wouldn't give a shit. It's like, as long as we're earning money and we can afford everything, you know, we're not going to end up on the streets or anything like that, you know. Do you prefer to pay for things like dates? I think again I'm more, you know, sort of like, I mean, at the moment with myself and Jet, you know, yes, I do have a job and she doesn't work because she's staying at home mum at the moment. So, you know, it's a case of like, yes, there'll be sometimes I'll pay for things because obviously I have the sort of like full-time wage. But, you know, if she happens to have a bit of spare money from benefits, sometimes we'll share, or sometimes, you know, she'll pay for me, things like that, you know, so. But I think predominantly I probably do pay for a lot more, I think. Just literally just because I do work full time and she doesn't at the moment, so. Are you uncomfortable when others pay for you or offer to pay for you? I think it depends on who it is and what they're paying for. I mean, when it's say like if I'm going out for coffee with my mum or me and Jet are going out, we try to kind of like share it. I mean, sometimes there are times when I skint and I really can't afford it, but my mum's really great and she will like offer to pay like for like tea and coffee for me, but I always try sort of like the next time round to make sure I've got money to pay for her to sort of make up for it, if that makes sense. So it's more, you know, I try to do a bit of both, you know. Sorry if I keep looking off to one side, I'm getting used to sort of like vlogging again. I keep forgetting the camera's like there and not over there. So, but yeah, it's more of a, you know, sometimes I do feel a bit weird if people want to pay for me, you know. So, but, you know, I'm trying to get better at accepting it, you know, so. Right, number 10. Anything else you want to share about your experiences with gender? I mean, I think compared to some people, I'm quite lucky in that I've not had any sort of like really bad experiences, but I know there are people out there who maybe, you know, don't conform to gender norms, like they might be trans or, you know, non-binary. I know it can be really, really tough. So I think it'd be more of a case of like, for them, you know, try and surround yourself with people who understand, you know, like, you know, try and make yourself some friends, whether it be in real life or online, you know. Try and build yourself like a little support network of people who are maybe sort of like either in the same position or kind of like, you know, have that bit of empathy towards you. I mean, I personally, you know, I'm one of these people who's like, I don't give a shit sort of like what gender you identify as, whether you are male, female, trans or non-binary or whatever you wish to identify yourself as. It's like, I don't give a fuck, you know. It's more of a case of like, if you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you kind of thing, you know. Like, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. So if you can surround yourself with people who are like that, you know, who are very much like, mate, you know, I don't care, you know, what's dangling between your legs, you know, I'll be your mate sort of thing. You know, or just people who are maybe like, as I said, either non-binary or trans or etc, like yourself. You know, because obviously they'll understand more on your level what it feels like. So if you can get those few friends together that would like, be there for you, it can help. So, but yeah, I think that's the only bit of advice I can really give. So yeah, just like get yourself sort of like surround yourself with people who can support you and help you. So I think that's probably the only advice I can really give to that. I think that is everything, yeah. So I'll wind this video up now. Sorry about the bit of a jump cut, but someone decided to barge in my room halfway through, so. But yeah, so like, if any of you could do like a sort of video response to this, it would be great, because it would be nice to hear some of your opinions. So, you know, sort of, as I said at the beginning, like, share, subscribe, all the usual tomfoolery, and I will see you again soon, I hope. Bye.